At the Sim Racing Expo 2024, I was able to test the two steering wheels from VPG. The officially licensed Mustang GT3 steering wheel, which is identical to the original, and a steering wheel that is inspired by the Porsche 922 GT3 R steering wheel. I tested both steering wheels on the Novus 3DOF Motion Simulator.
Let's Go Race, the channel for virtual motorsport.
First of all, an Info for my German-speaking viewers. Dieses Video ist auch mit deutschem Kommentar verfügbar. Der Link zum deutschsprachigen Video findet ihr in der Videobeschreibung. First, I tested the Mustang GT3 steering wheel. Ford is re-entering the GT3 Sport with the new Mustang GT3. The Mustang will also be in the DTM in 2025. And this is the steering wheel of that car I'm currently testing in the setup. The VPG Ford Mustang Sim Racing steering wheel is more than just a copy. For the steering wheel, the real CAD data of the steering wheel was used, which was made available to VPG. The steering wheel therefore also has an official license, just like the Mercedes Formula 1 steering wheel from SimLab. The steering wheel therefore feels exactly like the original. The rotary switches were tight, and the buttons also had a very interesting pressure point. The resistance when pressing the buttons felt similar to that of a high-quality mechanical keyboard with a long push travel, and still has a high resistance. I cannot describe exactly why it was like this, but the steering wheel felt extremely light. The steering wheel only weighs 1118 grams without the quick release, which is very light. But I had a feeling that it was more a result of the grips. The shape of the grips made the steering wheel fit so well in my hand that I hardly had to grip it. That really surprised me. The shape of the grips is also the same as those used in the real car. Back to the weight. The low weight is due to the fact that the steering wheel is produced with a carbon carcass, while the rest is made of aluminium, exactly like the original. But there are still two differences to the original. Firstly, the electronics, which of course have to be adapted so that the steering wheel can be used in the simulator. The second difference are the two 7-way funky switches. These are only available in the Sim Racing version. The original version has one button on each side. Now I continue with the v-pgt, which is the name of the steering wheel that was inspired by the Porsche 922 GT3 R steering wheel. Here we have the difference that it is not the same steering wheel as the original. The steering wheel was designed freely without official CAD data. Even if the steering wheel looks very similar to the original, there are still some differences. Of course, the shape is not exactly the same, as no official CAD data could be used, but that doesn't mean it's any worse. In terms of workmanship, materials, rotary switches, buttons and a few other features, this is the same as the Mustang steering wheel. In other words, the same quality and the same haptic feedback on the functions. It also weighs slightly more at 1320 grams, which is probably due to the shape of the steering wheel. What I noticed immediately when driving was that the Mustang steering wheel felt a little better in the hand. Of course, the shape of the grips is also different. The grips of the v-pgt steering wheel, for example, are connected to the housing in the center in the area of the middle finger. This gives you a little less room to move how you want to hold the steering wheel. But the steering wheel still felt good in the hand, but the Mustang steering wheel was very good and therefore better. The price of the v-pgt is between €1,800 and €2,200, depending on the configuration and the equipment. The prices are without VAT. The price of the Mustang steering wheel is €1,950 without VAT. there's also only one variant available. I hope you enjoyed the video. More videos and tests from the Sim Racing Expo 2024 will be released in the coming weeks and have already been published. These include the SimuCube active pedals, many new steering wheels and hardware from Asetec, Fanatec, SimLab, Cube Controls, Honspit, Moser, Solarpack, Bavarian SimTech, GSI, in Assetto Corsa Evo Test and much more. If you have any further questions, please post them in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you next time.